విషయాలు ఎట్లా మాట్లాడుతున్న సిద్ధాంతం 23 సంవత్సరాలు కదా అంటే
Hello, all of you join. All of you join the class immediately. So far only 35 students joined.
Hello.
Okay, transient heat conduction. We have completed the Finn's topics. three types of fins: long fin, insulated fin, short fin. How to derive temperature distribution equation for all the three cases. What is fin efficiency? What is fin effectiveness? All those topics have been covered so far. In the second unit, there is one more topic that is left over. That is unsteady state heat conduction or transient heat conduction. What is transient heat conduction or unsteady state heat conduction? In the conduction or heat transfer, what is the property? Temperature. Any property does not vary with time, then that is steady state heat conduction. Or if the temperature does not vary with time, and if you analyze the heat transfer rate, that analysis is known as steady state heat transfer or steady state heat conduction. If you take any body or any device, thermal device, just like internal combustion engine of automobile or turbine, boiler, any device, thermal device, in that if the temperature varies with the time, then that analysis is known as transient heat transfer analysis or unsteady state heat transfer analysis, or if you consider conduction, that is known as unsteady state heat conduction, unsteady state heat conduction, or unsteady state heat conduction is also known as transient heat conduction. Transient. So unsteady state heat conduction. Here today we will discuss the unsteady state heat conduction, and after that we will discuss lumped parameter system. So here, if there is any abrupt change in the surface temperature of a body, it attains an equilibrium temperature or a steady state after some period. So when the body reaches steady state after some time period, during this period, so before reaching the steady state, the temperature of the body varies with the time. If the temperature of the body varies with the time and the body is said to be in an unsteady state condition or transient state. So conduction of heat in unsteady state refers to the transient conditions where in the heat flow and the temperature distribution at any point of time or at any point of the system, the heat transfer rate as well as temperature distribution at any point of the system vary, VARY, vary continuously with the time, vary continuously with the time. So that's why here the temperature vary or temperature varies with respect to time. For example, if you take any IC engine or any thermal device or thermal system, the temperature if you measure at 10 a.m., the temperature is 100 degrees centigrade, and if you measure temperature of the body after 1 hour, for example, after half an hour, after 1 hour, for example, at 11 a.m. If the temperature is not equal to 100 degrees centigrade, the temperature may vary from 100 degrees centigrade to, for example, 150 degrees centigrade. That kind of analysis is known as unsteady state heat transfer. Unsteady state heat transfer or transient heat transfer. So that's why conduction of heat in unsteady state refers to the transient conditions wherein the heat flow and the temperature distribution at any point of the system vary continuously with time. So that is known as unsteady state heat conduction. If the temperature of the system varies with respect to time, then it is known as unsteady state heat conduction. If we consider conduction, that is unsteady state heat conduction. Examples. Cooling of IC engines. So IC engine, if you cool the IC engine in atmosphere, for example, at 10 a.m., if the temperature is 100 degrees, 50 degrees centigrade, after 1 hour, if you measure the temperature, it decreases from 50 degrees centigrade to 48 degrees centigrade or 40 degrees centigrade. So cooling of IC engines, examples. Cooling are automobile engines. Automobile temperature may increase, temperature may decrease. We provide cooling system or cooling water, temperature may decrease. And we run the engine, temperature may increase with respect to time. The change of time, change of temperature with respect to time. The temperature varies with respect to time, then it is unsteady state heat transfer analysis. Or if it is conduction, that is unsteady state heat conduction or transient heat conduction. So what are the examples you come across in our mechanical industry? Cooling of IC engines, automobile engines, cooling and freezing of food, heat treatment of metals by quenching. So if we take heat transfer, heat treatment, there may be annealing, quenching, nitriding, like that. Heat treatment of metals by quenching. If you suddenly put their hot body in a quenching liquid, the temperature may decrease. Temperature may not be constant. So at every point of time, temperature may change. So if the temperature varies with respect to time, and if there is conduction transfer, then we can call it as unsteady state heat conduction, or other name transient heat conduction. Transient heat conduction. So examples: cooling of IC engines and automobile engines, cooling and freezing of food and in the refrigerators, and heat treatment of metals by quenching. Okay, na? So temperature here, what is the property here? The temperature of the system. So temperature field temperature is a function of space coordinates x comma y comma z and time coordinate tau. Here tau for time. So temperature capital T is a function of, see, temperature varies with respect to x direction, temperature varies in the y direction, temperature varies in the z direction. At the same time, temperature varies with respect to time also. At one point of time, one temperature. After some point of time, temperature may change or vary. So this type of analysis, unsteady state heat conduction. If you consider conduction, that is unsteady state heat conduction. Temperature of the body varies with respect to time, in addition to the space coordinates. So here, in this, there is important topic, one topic, heat conduction in solids. it comes under unsteady state. Heat conduction in solids having infinite thermal conductivity. So thermal conductivity is infinity. That is, for example, that is negligible internal resistance. So conduction resistance, how do you calculate? L by Ka, where L is the thickness of the material, K is the thermal conductivity, A is the area. Heat conduction is always having infinite thermal conductivity. If the conduct K, if the thermal internal resistance, that is negligible internal resistance, L by Ka. If the K is very, very large, this is very, very small. Internal resistance is very, very small. So heat conduction in solids having infinite thermal conductivity, that is negligible internal resistance. Internal resistance means with respect to conduction. So what is the conduct? How do you calculate conduction resistance? L by Ka. So here, when compared with convection resistance, that is 1 by Ha. So here internal resistance or conduction resistance is very small. At the same time, thermal conductivity is very large, very or infinity. So this analysis is known as lumped parameter analysis. Lumped parameter analysis. If there is negligible internal resistance when compared with convective resistance, and the analysis, if you go for heat transfer analysis, that is transient heat transfer analysis, that is known as lumped parameter analysis. Here in this, for solids of large thermal conductivity with surface area that are large. So thermal conductivity is large, area is large. So surface area in proportion to their volumes, like plates, large plates. If you consider a large plate, so it is having a high surface area, and thermal conductivity also may be large, and thickness may be less. Thickness may be less. The thickness L is thickness here, and thin metallic wires, plates and thin metallic examples. Where do you apply this lumped parameter analysis? Like plates and metallic wires of large surface area and small thickness. So the internal resistance here, the internal resistance L by Ka. Oh, conduction resistance, how do you calculate conduction resistance? Already explained in the earlier classes. L by Ka, where L is the thickness of the plate, K is the thermal conductivity, A is the area. Here thermal conductivity is very, very large, and then it is very, very large. Then internal resistance or internal conduction resistance is very, you can neglect, or very, very small. So internal resistance can be assumed to be small. Internal resistance can be assumed to be small in comparison with the convective resistance at the surface. At the surface area, whenever the surface area, heat will be coming out through convection heat transfer rate. That's why here conduction resistance can be neglected, but at the same time convective resistance to be considered. Convective resistance 1 by Ha at the surface. So when compared with convective resistance at the surface, so internal conduction resistance, that is L by Ka, is very small when compared with convective resistance 1 by Ha. Convective resistance 1 by Ha. So that's why lumped parameter system can be applied to large plates having more surface area and large thermal conductivity, at the same time small thicknesses. So examples of this type of heat flow are heat treatment of metals, time response of thermocouples and thermometers, etc. So where do you apply this lumped parameter analysis? In the heat treatment of metals and time response, variation of change of temperature with respect to time. So time response of thermocouples mainly. So temperature. So with the help of thermocouple, you can measure the temperature. Thermometer, thermocouple. So you can measure the temperature with respect to time. Time response of thermocouples. Obviously, in the unsteady state condition, there is variation of temperature with respect to time. So examples of this lumped parameter system: heat treatment of metals and time response of thermocouples and thermometers, etc. Okay, na? Lumped parameter analysis, very, very important. So you may come across 7 marks question. What is lumped parameter analysis? Explain. Explain the lumped parameter analysis. That is with respect to transient heat conduction. With respect to transient heat conduction. Okay, na? Okay. The process in which the internal resistance, internal conductance, conduction resistance, that is L by Ka, is assumed negligible. The process in which the internal resistance is assumed negligible in comparison with its surface resistance, that is convective resistance, is called the Newtonian heating or Newtonian cooling, is called Newtonian heating or cooling process. Okay, na? So very, very important. So Newtonian, whenever there is Newtonian heating or Newtonian cooling, obviously there is convective heat transfer. How do you calculate convective heat transfer? That is Q is equal to HA delta T. Convective resistance 1 by HA. So from Newton's law of cooling, so heat transfer rate Q is equal to HA delta T. From that convective resistance 1 by HA. The process where the internal resistance is very small when compared with the convective resistance or surface resistance is called Newtonian heating process or Newtonian cooling process. Newtonian heating process or Newtonian cooling process. The temperature in this process, is considered to be uniform at a given time. For example, at a given time at 10 a.m., the temperature is uniform throughout the system, but is 100 degrees centigrade. But after 10 minutes or after 1 hour or after half an hour, the temperature may change. That temperature may change from time to time, but at a given time, the temperature is considered uniform throughout the system. So after some time, if you measure temperature, that may vary, that may change. So such analysis is called lumped parameter analysis. The temperature in this process is considered to be uniform at a given time. And if you analyze this process, that analysis is called lumped parameter analysis, because the whole solid whose energy at any time is function of its temperature. So energy depends upon the temperature. The temperature is high, more energy. If temperature is high, more energy. If temperature is less energy. And for solid analysis, if you go for transient heat conduction, and if you take lumped parameters, and this is known as lumped parameter analysis. And total heat capacity is treated as one lump. Total heat capacity of the system or solid is treated as one lump. That's why one lump. And what is the total heat capacity? For one lump, what is the total heat capacity? How much energy? Heat energy. Heat capacity means what is the heat energy that is there at a given point of time. But it is a function of temperature. Heat energy is a function of its temperature. So this analysis is known as lumped parameter analysis. This is very, very important. Lumped parameter analysis. Lumped parameter analysis. For this, consider a body. Consider a body of this, and this is one system. Negligible internal thermal resistance or negligible internal resistance or conduction resistance. Negligible conduction resistance. So this is a control surface. This is the system. This system. So if we eat this body, it is having some energy with the temperature. It is having some temperature. It gives out some heat energy. Energy out. What type of energy that is coming out? That is convective heat transfer. So energy out is equal to heat transfer is Q convection. But how do you calculate Q convection? HA delta T. H into area into surface area. Convective heat transfer coefficient H and surface area A, and T is the temperature at any given point of time, and T free stream is the temperature of the outside environment. So heat is transferred from system to environment. That's why, so system temperature T, outside environment temperature T free stream. So heat transfer, convective heat transfer rate HA into T minus T free stream. That is equal to minus rho Vc dt by d tau. Why minus? So what is the convective heat transfer that is coming out? So heat transfer from the system. We are taking out the heat from the system. That is negative. Heat added to the system is positive. Heat coming out from the system is negative. That's why Q convection is minus. So one formula HA delta T, Q convection. That is from the basics of physics. How do you calculate heat transfer Q? M into C into delta T. Here M into C into dt, temperature, T capital T temperature, with respect to time, tau time. That's why here temperature varies with respect to time. That's why M into C, mass into specific heat into temperature change per unit time, tau. So that is equal to minus. How do you calculate mass? Density into volume. Rho is here, rho density of the solid. V is the volume of the solid. If you multiply volume with the density, then it is the mass of the solid. So mass, this much mass. How much energy that is coming out? Heat energy coming out for a system having a mass of rho into V or mass of M. But how do you calculate mass? Density into volume into, so heat transfer rate from the physics, Q is equal to M into C into temperature per unit time. But heat is coming out from the system here. It is coming out from the system. So heat from the system is negative. Heat added to the system is positive. Heat taken out from the system is negative. That's why that is equal to minus rho Vc dt by d tau. Rho density of the solid, V volume of the solid, C specific heat, and T capital T change in temperature, capital dt change in temperature by d tau, where tau is the time. So here, for example, if the temperature of this system or body initially at time is equal to 0, tau is equal to 0, time is equal to 0, temperature is equal to Ti, initial temperature of the surface temperature of the body. After some time, when the time is greater than 0, temperature is a function of time. Temperature capital T is a function of time. So function of tau. So at time is equal to 0, temperature is equal to initial temperature of the surface of the body. T is equal to Ti, where Ti is the initial temperature. After some time, and time is greater than 0, temperature is equal to function of time, tau. So this is general system A. General system for unsteady state heat conduction. General system for unsteady state heat, HC, heat conduction. B, equivalent thermal circuit. This one B. equivalent thermal circuit for lumped capacitance solid. Equivalent thermal circuit for lumped capacitance solid or lumped parameter system, lumped heat capacity system. This is lumped heat capacity system. So you can draw thermal circuit for this system. So initially Ti temperature, outside temperature T free stream. So initial temperature Ti, outside temperature T free stream. So there is variation of temperature change. So there is switch. Whenever switch is closed, so heat flow, just like current flow, heat flow. And so the CTH, what is CTH? Thermal capacitance. Here, how do you calculate thermal capacitance? Rho BC gives us thermal thermal capacitance. Rho BC. CTH, thermal capacitance. TH for thermal. C for capacitance. Thermal capacitance is equal to rho BC. And this is thermal resistance, RTH, thermal resistance. So thermal resistance, how do you calculate? Here internal resistance, conduction resistance, L by K is negligible. Other thermal resistance, 1 by HA. 1 by HA. S means A surface area. Thermal resistance, RTH, thermal resistance, 1 by HA. 1 by HA, where H is the convective transfer coefficient. AS, surface area of the body, surface area. So this is the equivalent thermal circuit for lumped capacitance system or lumped capacitance solid. Okay na? Lumped capacity system or lumped capacitance solid. So temperature variation. So initial temperature Ti. So outside temperature T free stream. The variation of temperature. So Ti to T free stream. S is the switch, and CTH is thermal capacitance. You can use, how do you calculate thermal capacitance? Rho, by using the formula rho Vc. C is equal to thermal capacitance. C is equal to rho Vc, where rho is the density of the solid, V is the volume of the solid, C is the specific heat. RTH, thermal resistance. Here only one resistance, that is convective resistance, 1 by HA, 1 by H, AS. H is the convective transfer coefficient. AS is surface area, surface area. So that's about lumped parameter analysis. Very, very important. Lumped parameter analysis. Very, very important. So mathematical equation for this. Here, convective transfer HA delta T, the T minus T free stream is equal to minus, it is the energy equation. So by using this energy equation, so you have to draw the temperature you have to derive the temperature distribution equation for the lumped parameter system. Lumped parameter system. For this, consider a body here. Consider a body whose initial temperature is Ti. The Ti only. So consider a body whose initial temperature Ti. For example, if you consider this body, initial temperature Ti. Consider a body whose initial temperature is Ti throughout, and the body is placed suddenly in an ambient air. So initially the body temperature Ti. That body is suddenly placed in ambient air or any other liquid. For example, heat treatment of quenching. What will be there? You have to play after heating the body. You have to suddenly placed in a quenching liquid. Quenching liquid. That's why suddenly, if they suddenly there is variation of temperature with respect to time. That's why that is unsteady state heat conduction or transient heat conduction. So if the body is suddenly placed in an ambient air or any liquid at a constant temperature, the liquid is at a constant temperature T free stream, or air, ambient air is a temperature of T free stream. The transient response, that is unsteady state heat conduction, as transient response. The transient response of the body. Transient response is temperature variation with respect to time. Temperature variation with respect to time. Temperature variation with respect to time. The transient response of the body can be determined by relating its rate of change of internal energy with convective exchange at the surface. By relating its rate of change of internal energy. So rate of change of internal energy, that is minus rho Vc d capital T by d tau, variation of temperature with respect to time. That is rate of change of internal energy. But the energy is coming out, that's a minus. So relating its rate of change of internal energy with how to relate with what heat? With convective heat transfer, that is HA, Ti minus T free stream. Or T minus T free stream, but initially Ti minus T free stream. So the transient response of the body can be determined by relating its rate of change of internal energy with convective exchange at the surface. That's why here so that is what is the relation here? Rate of change of internal energy to be equated to convective exchange at the surface. So rate of change of internal energy by here what is important? Important assumption, by assuming internal resistance is very less, or internal conduction resistance, that is L by Ka, is very small when compared with outside convective resistance 1 by Ha. Then the internal rate of change of internal energy Q, that is minus rho Vc d capital T by d tau, that should be equal to convective heat transfer at the surface. Convective heat transfer at the surface. That is very important. The relation here is here heat transfer rate relation or equation. Heat transfer rate, internal heat transfer rate minus rho Vc d capital T by d tau. Here that internal change of internal energy should be equal. That is where it is going. It is going to outside convection heat transfer. That's why that should be equal to convective heat transfer rate. At any given point of time, temperature is T, but initially Ti. So at any given point of time, temperature is capital T. That's why minus rho Vc dt by d tau is equal to HAS, area, into T minus T free stream. So where rho is the density of the solid, V is the volume of the body or volume of the given solid, C is the specific heat of the body or specific heat of the given solid, T is the temperature, T is the temperature of the body at any given time, tau. T is the temperature at any given time, tau is the at any given time, tau is the time. Okay, H, what unit surface conductance in watt per meter square degree centigrade, or convective heat transfer coefficient, watt per meter square degrees, watt per meter square Kelvin, or watt per meter square degree centigrade. So convective heat transfer coefficient. Convective heat transfer coefficient is also known as unit surface conductance. Unit surface conductance. Okay, na? AS is the surface area of the body in meter square. So density meter cube per kg, volume meter cube, specific heat, you know the units of specific heat, and H, convective transfer coefficient, watt per meter square degrees Kelvin, watt per meter square Kelvin, or watt per meter square degree centigrade. Temperature at degree centigrade or degree Kelvin, and surface area in meter square. Here T at temperature of the body at any given time, tau. T free stream, ambient temperature, a temperature surrounding liquid, or ambient temperature in degree centigrade or degree Kelvin. Tau, time in seconds, smallest seconds. Tau, time in seconds. Okay, na? Now this is our equation. Minus rho Vc into dt by d tau is equal to HAS into T minus T pre-stream. So what are the variables here? dt, temperature, and time, tau. So two variables. So density is constant, volume of the given solid constant, specific constant, surface area given surface area. H is a constant. Okay, na? Temperature variation with respect to time. T pre-stream ambient temperature. That's why here two variables. One is temperature, other one is time. So in transient heat conduction or unsteady state heat conduction, so the variables are two variables, temperature and time. So otherwise temperature varies with respect to time. That's why this is known as unsteady state heat conduction or transient heat conduction. After rearranging the terms and integrating, so separation of variables, left hand side take the temperature, so dt here dt by, so our temperature right hand side T minus T pre-stream, that is to be taken left hand side. So dt by T minus T pre-stream is equal to, so right hand side here HAS. So here you take here HA right hand side, you take the d tau to the right hand side and rho v c to the right hand side. Then dt by T minus T pre-stream is equal to minus HA by rho Vc into d tau. Here, if you take the d tau to the right hand side, so and this becomes equation changes to by rearranging the terms and rearrange the terms, dt by T minus T pre-stream is equal to minus HA by rho Vc into d tau. So how to get the temperature distribution equation? For this, you have to integrate. Integrating this left hand side as well as right hand side. Integral of dt by T minus T pre-stream is equal to minus HA by rho Vc integral of d tau. Integral of d tau. So integral of 1 by T minus T pre-stream. What is here variable temperature? 1 by T minus T pre-stream. That's why ln natural log T minus T pre-stream is equal to, this is constant, HA by rho Vc minus HA by rho Vc integral of d tau, that is tau only. Integral of d tau, that is tau only, plus constant of integration C1. Constant of integration C1. Okay, but how do you calculate temperature distribution? By applying the boundary conditions. Here, what is the boundary condition? One important boundary condition. Initially, at time is equal to 0. What is the temperature? Ti, initial surface temperature. So the boundary condition is at only one constant. You have to find out the constant C1. Only one constant of integration, that is C1. For calculation one constant, you require one boundary condition. The boundary condition here is at time is equal to 0, at tau is equal to 0. Initially, that is time is equal to 0. What is the temperature of the body? Temperature T is equal to initial temperature Ti. Sorry. So initial temperature Ti. So initially when time is equal to 0, T is equal to Ti. Initial, where Ti is equal to initial surface temperature. Substitute this one here. So ln Ti minus T pre-stream is equal to HA by rho Vc into time 0 into 0. Therefore, C1 is equal to, what is the C1 value? C1 is equal to ln into Ti minus T free stream. Substitute instead of T, you have substitute Ti. Then when tau is equal to 0, when time is equal to 0, this is 0. Then C1 is equal to ln Ti minus T free stream. Therefore, constant C1 is equal to ln of Ti natural log of Ti minus T free stream. ln T minus T free stream. After substituting T is equal to 0, then C1 becomes ln Ti minus T free stream. Hence, substitute C1 in this equation. This is our equation. This is our equation. Substitute the C1 value in this equation. Therefore, ln T minus T free stream is equal to minus HA by rho Vc into tau plus what is the C1 value? ln Ti minus T free stream. Ti minus T free stream. So simplify this one. ln T minus T free stream. You take this left hand side. ln Ti minus T free stream. Take this term to the left hand side. So ln T minus T free stream minus ln Ti minus T free stream. What is that becomes? ln T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream. ln T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream is equal to HA by rho Vc into tau or time minus HA by rho Vc into time. Therefore, finally, T minus, if you remove natural logarithm, what will be there? You will get the exponential function. Initially, before this term, ln T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream is equal to HA by rho Vc into tau. After removing the natural logarithm, then final equation T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream is equal to exponential e to the power or exponential function of exponential of HA into tau divided by rho Vc minus HA into tau divided by rho Vc or e to the power minus HA tau by rho Vc. T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream is equal to e to the power minus HA tau by rho Vc. Okay na? So temporary distribution equation for lumped parameter system or transient heat conduction. Temperature distribution equation for transient heat conduction or unsteady state heat conduction is T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream is equal to e to the power minus HA tau by rho Vc or exponential of minus HA tau by rho Vc. But what is T minus? You can define T minus T free stream as theta. Ti minus T free stream as theta I. Initial temperature Ti. That's why here theta I initial, Ti initial. So final equation, temporary distribution equation for unsteady state heat conduction by applying lumped parameter analysis, that is heat transfer rate is equal to convective heat transfer rate. The rate of change of internal energy is equal to convective heat transfer rate, that is minus rho Vc. T minus T free stream is equal to HA into minus rho Vc dt by d tau is equal to minus rho Vc dt by d tau is equal to HA into T minus T free stream. By equating the temperature, by equating the heat transfer rates, then you will be getting final equation, temporary distribution equation T minus T free stream divided by Ti minus T free stream is equal to e to the power minus HA into tau by rho Vc. So you can define theta as T minus T free stream. You can define theta I initial theta theta I is equal to Ti minus Ti minus T free stream, Ti minus T free stream. So temperature distribution. So temperature T at any given point of time, how do you find out? By using this formula, T minus, where T is the temperature at any given point of time, tau. T free stream is the temperature of ambient liquid or ambient air. Ti initial temperature. And e to the power minus h. What is h? Convective transfer coefficient. A surface area. Tau time by rho density of the solid. V volume of the solid. C is the specific heat. Okay na? So this is very important. This equation. So we have to solve some problems on this. So tomorrow we'll analyze what is there in this equation, and there are some problems on this. We'll discuss problems on this Lumped parameter analysis, or transient heat conduction, or unsteady state heat conduction. They're very important. The temperature distribution equation, e to the power minus ha tau by rho Vc. So that's all for today. Do you have any doubt? So very important. This topic is very important. All of you. So start reading and analyze and start deriving the equations in the heat transfer. There are number of derivations are there. You must take care of all the derivations. All of you practice the derivations. After derivation, you have to solve the problems. In the heat transfer, 14 marks. With 14 marks, A bit 7 marks derivation and remaining 7 marks problem. In the first bit, you will give the one derivation for the basic concept, and second bit, using the basic concept, you have to solve the problem. So very important. Lumped parameter, all of you read the lumped parameter system. So very important. Any doubt? If there are no doubts, I am stopping. That's all for today.